back, YouTube family. Before I begin this news story, remember to hit the notification button, like and subscribe to my channel to view relevant content. And please tell your friends and family as well. And I hope everyone is having a great day. I know I am. Let's get started. Richard Alec Murdaugh is convicted of M. I'm so elated that his wealth, network in South Carolina, reputation, and County of Colleton community members' fear did not cause him to be exempt from this crime. He is guilty of ending the lives of his wife Maggie and youngest son Paul Murdaugh in June 2021. The jury took a little under 3 hours of deliberation. They came to a decision at 6:41 p.m. yesterday after the 6-week-long trial. This jury based the conviction on definitive information from several sources. The presentation of evidence was very forthcoming by the prosecutors, very much so, stating that his weapon was used in a grisly crime, amongst so much more. Expert witnesses gave riveting testimonies about the occurrences beginning that night, starting with the dinner, Alec Murdaugh changing his shirt and shoes, even within a 2-hour period, his voice being heard in the background of his youngest son Paul's recording, which was awesome that they had that, the staged personal belongings of the victims, and more. The jury demonstrated solid focus and utilized the proof given to them. All the jurors cooperatively analyzed the information, and they utilized the necessary time to process this case. Although 54-year-old Alec Murdaugh refused to recall pertinent details of that dreadful night, he had to admit that he lied to the police about the last time he saw his victims. Why would he do that if he's innocent? He admitted his presence with his wife and son just minutes before the M. Judge Clifton Newman was so impressed and applauded the men and women of convicting Alec Murdaugh. Their identities must still remain private, so no one should reach out to them for feedback about the case and even the process of this infamous legal case, this fiasco. Judge Clifton Newman verified that they are able to discuss the case with relatives, friends, and other people at their will now. The people living in his town, the County of Colleton in South Carolina, can breathe a sigh of relief. And so can the rest of the world, people with a conscience, that is. Alec Murdaugh committed familicide, which shows he is cold and heartless. He definitely fits the type of person who would unalive his family, having a fragile ego, unable to cope with humiliation, and lacking the ability to make appropriate decisions throughout his life. Looking on the outside, Alec Murdaugh appeared powerful, strong, and having everything all together. But we, the public, now realize that he was living a complete facade. In reality, he was an incompetent attorney who was disbarred. He had a serious opioid addiction for several years. Alec Murdaugh was voted out of his family's established business dynasty. He had embezzled continuously millions of dollars and committed numerous amounts of insurance fraud on top of that. Alex Murdaugh used his name and legacy of old money, this inheritance from generations and generations from his grandfather, to bully, lie, and take advantage of everyone in his life and his community. Previously, he had every department and organization in his pocket, playing people like a puppet on a string. All access to high caliber political people, money, network, just too much power, which equaled into the worst corruption ever. It's so unfortunate how lives were lost and there wasn't any accountability after previous crimes. Alex Murdaugh did not have concern for the 19-year-old Mallory Beach, who passed away from the boating accident on February 24, 2019, nor 19-year-old Stephen Smith, found beaten and shot in the middle of the road on July 8, 2015, and the dedicated nanny, Gloria Satterfield, who worked for the family for decades and passed away on their steps February 2018. Alex Murdaugh only focused on covering up these individuals' mysterious passings to save the reputation of himself, his family name, to gain profits and instill more fear in others to keep tight-lipped. Blatantly, he told the family members of each victim to shut up and use his power against them. They could not have a voice or participate in finding truth when these mysterious incidents took place. And as always, Alex Murdaugh placed his needs as priority, using the money from the insurance to fund his drug habit while having extreme high debt. He stole from his clients as well, and he had access to millions, and he still couldn't pay his bills. Like most types who delete their family, he was extremely controlling. He saw himself as in charge of the family and did any and everything necessary to wipe out anything that was a threat in his life. This man was burdened by a great deal of rage, desperation, and overwhelming lies. Alex Murdaugh could not cope with humiliation and failure. Although he was born into the most affluent family in South Carolina, he was talentless. Alex Murdaugh only had the powerful last name and that red hair. People who were really, truly close to him knew him best as a failure. Alex Murdaugh intended to continue the facade of being innocent, even with all those past crimes, maintaining the picture of a perfect life, having this wealthy lifestyle and tight network of collaborators, all of those people who collaborated with his lies. This man did not have a conscience when he broke the law and caused many people pain and heartache. The amount of people in that community who spoke out about Alex Murdaugh's sense of entitlement to control and manipulate others is overwhelming. His control intensified on community members as his life was unraveling. It's clear that Alex Murdaugh had a possessive attitude regarding the lives of other people. He planned out this familicide against his wife Maggie and youngest son Paul, as another form of control while thinking of his financial stress. Everything was all about him. He viewed them as his properties to delete when he wanted, when it was convenient. Alec Murdaugh claimed that he had a wonderful marriage, but his wife, Maggie, expressed disappointment and frustration because they had massive debt. As a substance abuser, his behavior would be erratic and his perception would lack good rationale. And as a known liar and perpetrator, Alec Murdaugh committed this crime and covered up other crimes to hide his faults and protect himself. Not his family members. Male family annihilators tend to be motivated by financial stress, a sudden loss of control, access to their children, but not in this particular case, and shame surrounding financial failure. In their minds, they are committing mercy M, or mercy deletions of their family members to cover up or sweep under the rug their lack of competence. Oftentimes, their crimes are premeditated, as we found out with this trial. YouTube family. It's such a shame that Alec Murdaugh ended the lives of his loved ones, the people closest to him. Throughout his life, he had privilege and got away with so many crimes on many, many levels. His arrogance and poor judgment led him to believe that he would get away with evil again. His expensive lawyers, selective memory loss, he didn't remember certain details of that night, and fake tears did not work. Not this time. Alec Murdaugh's karma caught up to him. He is convicted with charges of 2 counts of M and 2 counts of possessing a weapon during a violent crime. His sentencing occurs this morning. He may face life in prison or 30 years without parole. He's 54 years now. He will be over 80 at that time. And please leave your comments below. I would love to hear from all of you. Remember to hit the notification button, like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks a million, and stay safe wherever you are.